you guys, it is me, Laura, with Scraps of Encouragement, and today I have a simple stamping card for you. This one is simple stamping, but I am taking it up just a notch. Normally for my simple stamping cards, I use one stamp set, which I am using today. No more than 3 ink pads. Today I'm only using 2. I'm using Balmy Blue, and I'm using Memento Tuxedo black ink, and I have my 3.5 by 5 inch note card base ready to go. And today I am adding a little bit of designer series paper, and you will also need scissors and some kind of adhesive, and that is it. The designer series paper that I'm using today is the Botanical butterflies that you can earn for free right now during celebration, and I'm using the one that has big gorgeous butterflies. On the other side, it has this kind of checked pattern. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out one of these big butterflies. It can really be any of them. I think I'm going to go for this purple one up here. I'm going to pick a butterfly that is whole, and I'm going to cut it out. So you're going to take your scissors and leave a small border around the butterfly so that you don't have to cut exactly like on the lines, and that gives you a little bit more grace and wiggle room. And notice how as I'm cutting here, I'm not really moving my scissors, but I'm moving the paper that I'm cutting. And now what we're going to use, this is another piece, this is from the same pack, the Botanical butterflies. On one side you've got this butterfly pattern, and on the other side you have these black and white dots. This piece you can cut with scissors. You can just mark it with a ruler and cut it with scissors. I used a paper trimmer, but if you don't have one, that's fine. You can just, like I said, use a ruler and cut with scissors. And I would, if you use a ruler, I would draw your lines on the back side so that when you cut, if it's not exactly perfect, you don't see those lines. So this is, it's cut at 3 by 3.5 inches, and then I cut an 1/8 inch off of this end and 1/8 inch off of this end. I am going to set those aside. I also have, this piece is optional and I'll show you. I have a piece of black cardstock, and it is cut at 3 inches by 3.5 inches without any extra taken off. I think that it looks better with this layer, but you can omit it if you want, and I'll show you kind of what it looks like both ways. So now we are going to loosely place this just to get an idea of where we need to do our stamping. I'm going to open this up and lay it flat to stamp, just because I feel like I have a little better control that way. So we are going to start with the Happy Birthday Gorgeous from this stamp set. So I'm going to do Happy Birthday Gorgeous, and I'm inking that up with my black Tuxedo Memento black ink, and making sure that I'm stamping it the right direction, and I'm stamping that directly on my card base, just right there. And then the next thing I'm going to do is, in this stamp set there is this little ink spot, like it's like a paint spot that kind of gives you like a watercolor feel, and I am going to get that out, and I am going to ink that up in Balmy Blue. And the reason I chose Balmy Blue, you can choose really any color that matches with your butterfly, but with this paper the background is Balmy Blue, and so if I'm doing a number of these, the little border that we give, if nothing else, that is going to have a little Balmy Blue, so it can tie the whole thing together regardless of which butterfly I use. And so that's why I picked that color, because I can use that one color, or 2 pieces I guess, of designer series paper, and I can make a whole lot of cards. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of line this up. It doesn't have to be exact, but where I like it, and stamp right over that greeting. There we go. It says, "Happy birthday, gorgeous." You've got a little color there to give it a little bit of pop. And now we're going to put it all together. As you can see, I could totally just put it like that and just leave it, be done. But I am someone who really likes layers. I feel like they add a lot. And so I am going to add a little bit of a black matte to this one. So, and this is still simple, quick and easy, without a lot of materials. Most people have some kind of black paper or black cardstock. Because you're using it for layering, you can use a thinner layer if you want to. But I'm using this basic black here, which I use a lot, and it's really, really versatile. So I'm gonna put that there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get that glued to my card base. And the reason I like to go with liquid glue is because I have a hard time getting things straight, and liquid glue gives me a little bit of wiggle room. Some people don't like it because it's messy, but I find that it's so much easier for me than snail for most things. So you have two choices here. You could just glue this down totally flat like that, or what I'm going to do is I am going to only put glue in this middle part here. And then when I stick it on my card base, I'm going to curl these wings up just a little bit on the edges while I'm holding down in the middle. Just kind of curl them up and bend it in. I'm going to give this butterfly a little life. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Curl it up. Curl it up. Give it some life. Bend it in. And then make sure that it's still straight, because sometimes it can shift when you do that. It looks like it. So there is a finished card. So that is my simple stamping card for you today. It's a little bit more time than some of the other simple stamping cards that I have done, but it is still very minimal supply. So I hope you enjoyed that and find joy in creating as you spread kindness and encouragement with your scraps of paper, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.